Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. And hopefully, you'll like this video and hit that subscribe button. So the Mets have not played well. They've sort of been like up and down, up and down, up and down, like a yo-yo. And they've sort of been, they've had one good game, and they sort of lost 5 out of 6. A big part of the problem has been their starting pitching, obviously. There are guys in this rotation that are not going to be here in this rotation much longer if this continues on. Now, Adrian Houser pitched today. He was a concern of mine in this rotation coming into the season because he has shown himself in his career to be sort of a 5th, 6th starter. He's sort of a fill-in guy, a guy that'll, he'll give you innings, but he's really not a guy you can rely on every 5 days. Just looking at his numbers right now, he's below 500. He's below 500. Doesn't records mean that big a deal now, but his WAR is not very high coming into the season. And there's some very concerning numbers regarding the way he has pitched this season. Coming into the game, he had an ERA of 7.45, having given up 14 earned runs, 14 walks. It's very important. 14 walks, 12 strikeouts. His walks per 9 innings is higher than his strikeouts per 9 innings. You can get away with not striking out a lot of batters, but you cannot get away with walking 6.5 batters per 9 innings. And he walked 4 batters in the game on Saturday against the Cardinals. He's got an ERA over 8, 8.38, I believe. He's given up 22 earned runs, and 23 and 2/3 innings. He has been a disaster at the bottom of this rotation. He's had 5 starts. He's 0-3. He'll probably get one more start. There are Met minor leaguers that are pitching a hell of a lot better than him that should be getting a shot here now very, very soon. One of which is the pitcher that throws the curve, the swerve, or the rev, or whatever the hell they call it, the chive, I don't know. Joey Lucchesi. And he's pitched really well in the last year. He pitched well last year when the Mets had him in the starting rotation at the end. And he's pitched well in AAA. But obviously the big name down there is Christian Scott, who's, aside from giving up a lot of home runs down there, he has dominated. He's striking out a lot of batters. He's not walking anybody. He's not giving up a lot of hits. Now, the one thing, like I said, that's been an issue with him is the long ball. But he is getting close to being ready, if not already ready. And I think a lot of people are feeling that he should get the next turn. But to be fair, you want to give Houser one more shot. Now, just to go over a little bit, I don't worry about what happens, tough luck pitcher. I know there was some issues with Pete, giving up a double to Brendan Donovan. But when you're giving up hits to Wilson Contreras, well said, I'm sorry. That's what the Cardinals were saying last year when they let him leave to be an outfield, and then they brought him back as catcher. They realized they made a mistake. And Nolan Arenado in the first inning, he gave up 4 runs, folks. This is Adrian Houser. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning. You cannot win that way. This was the problem last year. And I hate to be the dead horse, okay? The one thing that the president of baseball operations did, the biggest mistake he did this offseason was bring back Jeremy Hefner. I've been saying for a few years now that Jeremy Hefner does not improve pitchers. And in fact, looking at the walks per 9 innings on some of these starters, it is horrific. Even Severino, even his walk total is very, very high. You cannot win that way. You can't win with high walk totals. Walks kill you. They kill you on a regular basis. So the Mets are going to have to, I'm sorry to say, that is a big mistake retaining him. There was no reason to do that. Because 3 of the 4 years he's been pitching coach here, the Mets starters have had the same issues. Walking a lot of batters, giving up home runs. You cannot fall behind in games. You cannot fall behind in the count if you're going to be successful. We all know that. If you remember Tom Seaver as a broadcaster with the Mets, he always talked that the first most important pitch of every game was the first pitch of an at-bat. First pitch of the game sets a tone. And that first strike is so very, very massively important. And they've not done a good job. I mean, this team has not done a good job. To see the numbers on this club in terms of their walk ratio is pathetic. Now, a couple of things about the offense in this game. Obviously, they were down 6-0. They tried their darndest to come back in the game. And obviously, Pete Alonso hit a big home run in the 5th inning against Sonny Gray. You're seeing some of the sort of protection that you're getting out of J.D. Martinez. Now, Martinez had a good first game on Friday against the Cardinals, but he didn't have a good second game against Sonny Gray. But his effect on this lineup will help. Now, Francisco Lindor struck out 3 times in this game. He had a shot, folks. He had a chance to win the game. And I thought that his at-bat in the 9th inning, now you want to be aggressive. You want to be aggressive when you have men on base. But I didn't feel, and I don't know how you felt, that the pitcher was on the ropes. And that spot, you can't be aggressive. You got to sort of be a little passive. Now, he walked Nimmo on a 3-2 count. Lindor should have been a lot less aggressive, and at least in that first pitch. And obviously popped up. I mean, Lindor's at-bats left-handed have been terrible. Now, I've been very critical of him. I'm laying off the criticism for now. But there's some issues here, and I'm very concerned. And I would say this, his defense has not been outstanding. It's been okay. His defense last year was great. He should have won the Gold Glove. But this year, the defense, nothing. You're not noticing anything. I'm not noticing his strong defense this year. Very strange. Now, we're going to go on Sunday. I forget who's pitching on Sunday. Who the hell's pitching tomorrow? But anyway, hopefully they'll get the final game in this series. I would mention about the uniforms. Okay, Jose Quintana's pitching tomorrow against Lance Lynn. So that is an interesting take. I would say this. Quintana's got to, again, got those strikes. Got to get ahead in the count. Can't give up the long ball. Got to go more than 5-6 innings. This team needs a guy to go 6 innings. Can we have that? Can we have one guy to throw 6 innings? And, can we get that at some point? Now, Quintana's place in the rotation is safe for the moment. But we do have other guys down the pipeline. So, like Dom Ham. I will mention this, if you haven't noticed, the Met starters and the Met pitching in the minor leagues has been off the charts great. So that is a great thing to sort of keep an eye on. I'll throw out a couple of names. Tyler McGill pitched the other day. He pitched really well. Jonah Tong, which we have not talked about. I've not talked much about him. At some point, he's going to get on some of these prospect lists by the middle of the season. He has not been on any list yet. He throws very hard. I believe he's in St. Lucie right now. He's not going to be down there too much longer. The Met farm system is starting to produce some pitching. And that's a great thing for us to watch as fans. That is a great sign. Keep an eye on Tong, because Tong has a chance to be a guy that is one of these guys. You don't have to be a big prospect to have an impact on your organization. And hopefully we'll get that. Also mentioned before the video's over, I am sort of half and half on the uniforms, these City Connect uniforms. I liked it in the beginning, but if the Mets don't win wearing them, I don't like them. F them. F them uniforms. That's not as cringy as some of the other uniforms we've seen, like what the Padres that wearing, and of course the Philly uniforms. I noticed that one uniform that JT Realmuto, it's like Wolverine, with the whole getup with his gear on. Whew. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you later.